Welcome to Zoe Stories. He said, be my doll. Now I'm stuck as his girl. I never considered myself confident, shy, awkward, and painfully aware of my every flaw. At 19, life felt like a series of half-smiles and missed opportunities. My name is Alex, and while I floated through college unnoticed, my mind often wandered into daydreams where someone saw me, truly saw me. Reality, however, was different. The mirror reflected a lanky boy with uneven shoulders, messy hair, and an aura of invisibility. My voice barely rose above the chatter of my peers. It started innocently during a late-night party at Jordan's place. Music thumped, lights flickered, and laughter bounced off the walls. Liam, was the kind of guy who always commanded attention. Charismatic, cruel, and unnervingly charming. As he leaned toward me, grinning, I felt my stomach tighten. Alex, he said, voice smooth, dangerous. I have an idea. A little game. Before I could respond, he pulled a small, silky dress from behind his back. Be my doll tonight. Wear this. Walk, talk, look perfect. You're going to be mine for the evening. I laughed nervously. You're joking, right? He shook his head, eyes glinting. No joke. You'll do it. Or, well, let's just say there will be consequences. The words slithered through my mind. I should have run, argued, screamed, but something in his tone, a mix of dominance and seduction, froze me. I can't, I stammered, glancing at the laughing crowd around us. The humiliation alone made my stomach churn. Can't or won't, he countered. I'll make it worth your while, or very, very uncomfortable if you refuse. It wasn't just a challenge, it was a trap. The idea of being seen like that terrified me, yet the thrill of attention tugged at the corner of my mind. Minutes later, I found myself in Liam's bathroom, staring at my reflection in a cracked mirror. He handed me a brush, a small palette of makeup, and whispered, "Let's see my doll come to life." Hands shaking, I applied foundation, mascara, lipstick. Every stroke made me feel exposed, vulnerable, but also strangely exhilarated. Liam circled me like a predator, offering critiques that stung yet thrilled. Raise your chin. Sway your hips. Smile like you mean it. Beautiful, but not perfect yet. I wanted to argue, to flee, but the knot of anxiety and something darker, anticipation, kept me rooted. By the time the transformation was complete, I barely recognized myself. Looking in the mirror, I felt a jolt of confusion. This wasn't just a costume. My chest tightened, face flushed, and a new part of me stirred, fragile, frightened, and strangely excited. See, Liam said, voice soft now, almost gentle. My perfect doll. You belong to me tonight. I wanted to hate him. I wanted to reclaim myself. But as I adjusted the dress, smoothing it over my hips, a whisper of curiosity slipped in. What if this part of me has always existed? The door opened. Music, laughter, and the world waited outside. And I, Alex, nervous and vulnerable, was now Ella. Stepping into the party, every eye turned. Whispers floated through the room. Wow, look at her. I froze mid-step, the room spinning. Liam's hand rested lightly on my lower back. Walk, my doll. Tonight you're mine. And as the crowd watched, the first thread of my old identity began to unravel. Every whisper, every stare, every laugh burned into me, and I realized there was no going back. Ella had to face the world. The party's door loomed like a threshold into a new reality. My heels clicked sharply against the wooden floor, each step a jolt to my nerves. The dress clung to my body in ways I'd never experienced, the skirt swaying with every tentative movement. Liam's hand on my back was both comforting and terrifying. Relax. Walk like you own it, he whispered. I swallowed hard, trying to steady my shaking hands and unsteady breathing. The room was alive with sound, music, chatter, laughter, but my focus narrowed to the sea of faces staring at me. As I stepped into the main hall, whispers spread quickly. Look at her. She's gorgeous. Wait, isn't that Alex? Panic surged. Heat flushed my face. My heart raced, threatening to betray me entirely. I wanted to run, to duck, to disappear, but Liam's grip and his sharp, commanding gaze rooted me in place. "You're beautiful," he said softly, almost coaxing. "Own it." I forced a step forward, my legs stiff, heels threatening to buckle. Every movement felt like a performance. Every eye on me pulled at something deep inside: shame, fear, and an unfamiliar thrill. I caught sight of my reflection in a mirrored wall across the room. Ella stared back, eyes wide, lips glossy, hair perfect. I barely recognized myself. A strange sensation washed over me, a mix of humiliation and excitement. Every compliment, every lingering glance, every whispered remark seemed to chip away at Alex and reveal Ella more fully. A boy from my class nudged his friend, pointing at me. "Wow, she looks amazing." Who knew? I froze, unsure whether to feel proud or ashamed. Liam's hand rested lightly on my shoulder. "See? They notice. They admire. You're my doll. Perfect." Emily, Liam's friend, co-conspirator in this cruel game, appeared suddenly, holding a small tray of drinks. "Time for your first real challenge," she said with a sly grin. I realized the plan wasn't over. Every step, every movement, every smile was being scrutinized. Every inch of my body, my femininity, my very identity was under control. Liam leaned closer, whispering in my ear, "Tonight, everyone will see Ella. And the more they stare, the deeper your transformation goes. You can't hide. You don't get to be Alex tonight." The words sank in like cold water. The room's lights felt hotter, the stares heavier, the whispers louder. Halfway through the evening, a group of familiar faces recognized me. Old friends from school. Their laughter, whispered questions, and astonished looks triggered a wave of panic. I bolted to the bathroom, hands trembling, clutching the hem of my skirt. The mirror confronted me again. "Who are you?" I whispered, voice breaking. "Alex or Ella?" The reflection stared back with flawless makeup, delicate features, and feminine curves. Panic and arousal mixed in my chest. Shame and thrill collided. Liam's voice echoed behind me, calm, controlling. "Alex is gone. Ella exists. And everyone will see her tonight." I sank to the floor, the reality crashing down. My old self, my comfort, my identity, it was slipping away. The bathroom door clicked. Liam's shadow filled the frame. "Ready for the next challenge, my doll?" My chest tightened, my legs shook, and a whisper escaped my lips. I don't know if I can." He smiled, cruel and tender at the same time. "Oh, you will. Or you won't be Alex ever again." And with that, I realized tonight wasn't just a party. It was the first night of my complete transformation. Every brushstroke, every swish of fabric, every step I took made me wonder, was I still Alex, or had Ella completely taken over? After the party, Liam led me to his apartment. The lights were soft, almost intimate, casting warm glows across the room. My legs were trembling, my heart still pounding from the public exposure. "You did well tonight," he said, voice low and deliberate. "But this is just the beginning. To be my perfect doll, you have to learn to move, speak, and think like her. Like Ella." I swallowed hard, hands fidgeting with the skirt. I don't know if I can." "You will," he replied, a mix of sweetness and authority. "And I'll be with you every step of the way. Don't resist, it'll only make it harder." Liam pulled out a small wardrobe of feminine clothing, skirts, blouses, stockings, heels, and delicate lingerie. Each piece seemed foreign yet enticing. "Start simple," he instructed. "Try the skirt first." I hesitated, sliding the fabric over my legs. The sensation was alien, soft, and constricting in a way that made me hyper-aware of every movement. "Good," he said, circling me. "Now the blouse. Smooth it over your shoulders. See how it frames your figure." "Perfect." "Very delicate." Then came the makeup, foundation, blush, mascara, and lipstick. Liam's hands guided mine initially, then watched critically. "Raise your eyebrows. Smile. Tilt your head slightly. Beautiful but still nervous. That nervousness is part of her charm. Every brushstroke felt like erasing Alex and painting Ella in her place. Panic, shame, excitement, and arousal mixed in a dizzying swirl. Next came walking lessons. In heels, skirts swaying, every step became a study in poise. My legs ached, ankles wobbled, but Liam's eyes were sharp, unyielding. More sway, he instructed. Confidence, but delicate. Your hips speak for you. Let Ella take control. Then came speaking lessons. I practiced a softer, higher tone, playful inflections, laughter that felt forced yet enticing. Every word reinforced the persona I was being molded into. The next day, Liam took me to a cafe downtown. The goal: walk, order, interact, fully in Ella's persona. Whispers followed us. Look at her dress. Isn't that Alex? Heat flooded my face. Panic rose. But something unexpected happened. A stranger smiled warmly at me. You're really pretty. The words struck a nerve. Alex would have crumbled. Ella felt a thrill. Pride, excitement, and confusion tangled in my chest. Later, back in Liam's apartment, I broke down. Kneeling on the floor, tears streaking mascara down my cheeks, I whispered, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't want to lose myself. Liam knelt beside me, gentle yet firm. Alex is gone. She can't come back, not now. Ella exists. And the sooner you accept her, the easier this will be. Don't fight it, it's part of you. You're beautiful. You're desirable. You're mine. I wanted to scream, to push him away, to reclaim my old identity. Yet, even through the fear and humiliation, a small, undeniable part of me, the part one didn't want to admit, enjoyed the control, the attention, the feminine allure. That night, as I gazed into the mirror, dressed in delicate lingerie and silky stockings, my reflection stared back. Soft features, long hair, flawless makeup. Ella was fully formed, eyes gleaming with both fear and anticipation. A message from Liam popped up on his phone. Tomorrow, we take her out in public. Fully. No hiding. Are you ready to be my perfect doll? My stomach twisted. I wanted to run. I wanted to hide. But deep down, I knew there was no turning back. With every step down the busy street, I felt Alex slipping away and Ella taking the reins, exposed, beautiful, and terrified all at once. The morning air was crisp, carrying the chatter of commuters and the distant hum of traffic. Liam had dressed me meticulously, a pastel skirt swaying just above my knees, a delicate blouse hugging my figure, stockings, and heels that made each step a calculated effort. You look perfect, he said, his hand on my lower back. Every step, every glance, everyone will see Ella. No hiding today. My stomach twisted. I wanted to scream, to run, but the mirror in the hallway showed a reflection I could no longer ignore. Soft features, delicate makeup, and hair flowing perfectly. Ella was real. As we stepped into the street, heads turned immediately. Whispers followed. Is that Alex? She's gorgeous. Panic clawed at me. My heart raced, hands trembling. Liam's grip steadied me. Walk tall. Smile. Own her, he instructed. Every step on the pavement was like walking a tightrope. The heels dug into my feet, my legs ached, but I forced a sway with each movement. Each glance, each whisper, chipped away at Alex, revealing Ella more fully. At a coffee shop, we were met with more stares. A group of college students whispered behind their hands, trying not to laugh outright. You're really pretty, one said timidly. Heat surged through me. Embarrassment, arousal, and shame collided. I wanted to hide behind my hoodie like Alex would have, but Ella, my forced, fragile, feminine self, stood exposed. Good, Liam whispered. Feel it. This is your world now. People see you for her, not him. That's the point. The cafe scene was a test. Ordering coffee in a high, soft voice, interacting politely, laughing delicately. Every detail mattered. I stumbled at first, almost dropping my cup, but Liam's hand steadied me. You're improving, he said with a mix of pride and dominance. The more you act like her, the less Alex will interfere. Enjoy it. Don't fight it. Confusion twisted inside me. Did I enjoy the attention? Did the thrill of being noticed outweigh the shame? I couldn't tell anymore. Later, walking back, I caught a reflection in a shop window. Ella stared back, flawless. But the eyes, the soul, were conflicted. Who am I? I whispered to myself. Alex? Ella? Liam's hand on my shoulder jolted me. Don't ask that question. She is who you are now. Accept her. Feel her. You're beautiful. Tears pricked my eyes, partly from shame, partly from an unfamiliar thrill. The world was seeing me, truly seeing me, and I couldn't hide. I didn't want to hide. Part of me didn't. At a park bench, a stranger complimented me again. You're really beautiful, he said and smiled. My heart raced, but this time it wasn't from fear. It was validation. I glanced at Liam. His eyes gleamed with approval, satisfaction. See? They can't resist Ella. Neither can you. And that's how it begins. I bit my lip, trying to process the mixture of humiliation and exhilaration. Alex was fading fast. Ella was stepping forward, bold, visible, and undeniable. That night, alone in the apartment after returning from the public walk, I stared into the mirror. Heels kicked off, skirts folded neatly. But the reflection remained. Ella, soft, feminine, unrecognizable to the boy I used to be. A message from Liam glowed on his phone. Tomorrow, we go to the mall. Full exposure. No hiding. Are you ready to be my perfect doll in front of everyone? My chest tightened. Panic surged. Thrill tingled. Shame and desire warred within me. And I knew, deep down, there was no turning back. Every pair of eyes in that mall was on me, and I realized there was no place to hide. Ella was the only version of me left to survive. The mall's sliding doors swished open, flooding the space with bright lights and the chatter of shoppers. Liam's hand rested on my lower back, guiding me forward. You're ready, he murmured, voice low and teasing. Today, you'll see how far you've come and how much further you have to go. I swallowed hard, skirt swaying with each step, heels clicking against the polished floor. My stomach churned with fear and anticipation. Every reflection on the shiny floor seemed to mock me, showing a girl who wasn't supposed to exist. Whispers rose almost immediately. Groups of teenagers turned, pointing discreetly. She's wow. Wait, isn't that Alex? I froze. Panic surged. My face burned, heat rushing from my chest to my ears. The heels felt like torture. Every step threatened to betray me. Liam whispered, steadying me. Walk tall. Smile. This is Ella. She's confident. She's beautiful. And everyone will see it. Every glance, every whisper, every pointed stare hammered home the reality. There was no escape. Our first stop was a boutique. Liam instructed me to browse the dresses, pick up a few, and ask the salesgirl for her opinion, all in Ella's persona. I struggled to lift the fabrics gracefully, my hands trembling. The salesgirl's smile felt like scrutiny. You're so stylish, she said, examining my choices. Do you have an eye for fashion, or? Heat surged into my chest. My voice came out softer, higher, almost alien. I like trying new styles, I whispered, unsure if I sounded convincing. Liam's approving smile was both encouraging and controlling. Good. Remember, every word, every gesture, every movement is hers now, not yours. Next, we stopped at a food court. A group of boys from my college spotted me. Is that Alex? No way, one laughed. I froze, the words hitting like a punch. My face flushed, tears pricking my eyes. I wanted to run, to hide, to yell. But Ella, heels, skirt, makeup, soft voice, forced me to stay visible. Liam's hand on my shoulder was steady, firm. Don't run. Stand. Smile. Own it. Each step to our table felt like a trial by fire. Laughter, whispers, and stunned looks surrounded me. The humiliation burned deep, yet a strange thrill coiled inside me. Once seated, I finally let the tears fall. Hiding my face behind my hands, I whispered, I can't. I can't do this. I'm not her. I'm Alex. Liam crouched beside me, soft but commanding. Alex is gone. Ella is here. And she's perfect. You wanted to be seen as special, desired, beautiful. Now you are. Accept it. I shook my head violently. I don't want this. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. But even as I resisted, every compliment, every lingering glance, every whispered comment made a part of me ache with excitement, with desire, with the intoxicating validation of being Ella. A stranger approached, a young man with a warm smile. You're really pretty, he said sincerely, eyes meeting mine. My body reacted before my mind could protest. Heat, tension, arousal, embarrassment, all blending in an overwhelming cocktail. Liam's grip was firm, almost possessive. See? They notice her. They can't resist her. Neither can you. I couldn't respond. I could only nod, the truth of his words sinking uncomfortably and thrillingly into me. Alex was gone. Ella was becoming real. Back in Liam's car, I stared at my reflection in the window. Skirt slightly wrinkled, stockings stretched, lips shiny, hair perfect. Ella stared back, eyes wide, trembling, yet undeniably alive. A message popped up on Liam's phone. Tomorrow we go to the city festival. Full display. No excuses. Are you ready to be my perfect doll in front of hundreds? My chest tightened. Panic surged. Shame burned. Yet a tiny, forbidden spark of excitement whispered that maybe I wanted to see how far this could go. The city festival was alive with music, flashing lights, and crowds stretching as far as the eye could see. Liam led me through the throng, my heels clicking on the pavement, skirts swaying with every careful step. You're ready, he said, voice low and commanding. Remember, no hiding. Ella owns this. Show them how perfect she is. My stomach twisted in knots. Hundreds of eyes would scrutinize me, dissect me, and, God help me, judge me. Yet the thought of retreat was impossible. Alex had no choice anymore. We walked past a line of festival-goers. Heads turned, whispers floated in the warm evening air. She's stunning. Wait, isn't that Alex? Heat flooded my face. My chest felt tight. I wanted to shrink into the shadows, but Ella, my forced feminine persona, stood tall. Every step, every movement, every glance reinforced her existence. A man approached, eyes wide. Wow, you look incredible. I felt an unexpected thrill. My cheeks burned, but a small part of me, the part one didn't want to admit, thrived on the attention. Liam led me to a festival contest area, a runway set for impromptu modeling. Time to show everyone what she can do, he said with a sly smile. I froze, heels digging into the concrete. I can't. Yes, you can, Liam interrupted. You're Ella now. Alex isn't here. Walk, pose, smile, own it. The crowd cheered. Cameras flashed. Every pair of eyes scrutinized me. My body shook, my stomach fluttered, but I forced a sway, lifted my chin, and tried to move gracefully. A group of college boys from my school recognized me and laughed. Alex is really doing this? In heels. I froze. My heart raced, panic rising. But Ella, delicate, exposed, intoxicating, responded with a soft, confident laugh. The moment felt surreal. Alex would have cowered, but Ella stood her ground. Liam whispered, see? They notice her. They respect her. They can't resist her. And he was right. Every compliment, every stare, every whispered comment made the humiliation sting, but also thrilled me. Backstage after the runway, I collapsed in tears, trembling. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm not Alex. I'm not me. Liam knelt beside me, gentle but firm. Ella is real. She's you now. Accept her. This fear, this shame, it's part of her charm. You're beautiful, desirable, perfect. I shook my head. But even through the tears, I felt a strange satisfaction. For the first time, someone wanted me. Not Alex, not the boy I was, but Ella, soft, feminine, utterly exposed. A boy approached, shy, but intrigued. I think you're amazing. Really pretty, he whispered. My heart raced. A mix of embarrassment and excitement surged through me. Alex would have run. Ella couldn't hide.
Couldn't resist.
Couldn't deny the pleasure of the moment. Liam's hand on my shoulder tightened. You feel that? That's her power. That's what makes her irresistible. Embrace it. That night, staring into the mirror in Liam's apartment, I saw Ella fully formed. Flawless makeup, soft hair, delicate curves, trembling yet confident. A text notification blinked on Liam's phone. Tomorrow, the city parade. Full exposure. Everyone will see her. Are you ready to be my perfect doll in front of thousands? Panic and excitement coiled inside me. Could I survive this? Could Alex hold on? Or would Ella finally take over completely? Thousands of eyes were on me, and I realized with a jolt, Alex was disappearing, and Ella was taking over entirely. The city streets buzzed with excitement, decorated with banners and balloons. The parade was about to begin, and I, heels clicking nervously, stood beside Liam, skirt swaying, makeup flawless. You're ready, he said, voice both soft and commanding. This is the ultimate test. No hiding, no excuses. Ella must shine. Panic surged in my chest. Thousands of people would see me, some familiar, some strangers. My reflection in a nearby shop window made me gasp. The girl staring back wasn't Alex. She was Ella, delicate, exposed, undeniably feminine. The float we were assigned was bright and festive, music blasting, crowds cheering. Liam guided me up the steps. Stand tall.
Smile.
Be her. Everyone must see her perfection. Every step felt surreal. Heels dug painfully into my feet. My skirt swayed with exaggerated femininity. The makeup, hair, and delicate gestures were all meticulously aligned, but inside, Alex screamed to run. The crowd erupted as soon as I stepped onto the float. Faces pointed. Cameras flashed. Whispers floated through the air. She's stunning. Wait, isn't that Alex? She looks perfect. Panic, humiliation, and an odd thrill surged through me simultaneously. As the float moved along the streets, familiar faces from school stared.
I froze when I saw my best friend.
Their eyes widened, recognition flashing, but they looked confused. Liam's hand rested firmly on my lower back. Keep moving. Smile.
You're Ella now.
Let them see her. Every compliment and every stunned look pierced me. Alex wanted to escape. Ella wanted to perform, to be noticed, to be admired. The internal struggle was overwhelming. Halfway through the parade, I stumbled slightly in my heels. A wave of laughter rippled through the crowd. My heart pounded. I ran to a secluded corner of the float, tears streaming. I can't do this. I'm not her. I'm Alex. Liam crouched beside me, firm but gentle. Alex is gone. She is Ella now. Every tear, every tremble, every fear, it makes her real, desirable, and unforgettable. Accept it. Tears blurred my vision, but a part of me, the part Alex never admitted, felt validation, thrill, and an intoxicating sense of power. A young man in the crowd waved at me, eyes warm. You're beautiful. I mean, really pretty. My chest tightened. Shame and excitement blended. I wanted to hide, but Ella, delicate, feminine, and exposed, couldn't
resist.
Couldn't deny the surge of pleasure from being admired. Liam's hand tightened on my shoulder.
Feel it.
This is her power. This is what makes her irresistible. You're not Alex anymore. You're Ella. I nodded, trembling. Alex felt himself slipping, yet a small part of me savored the attention. Later, backstage after the parade, I stood in front of a full-length mirror. Ella stared back, soft, beautiful, undeniably feminine. But the eyes, the soul, carried traces of Alex, fading with every passing hour. I whispered to myself, voice trembling. Who am I anymore? Alex or Ella? Liam appeared behind me, smirking. You're perfect. Everyone saw her today. And tomorrow we take her to the city gala. No excuses. Full exposure. Everyone will know her name. My chest tightened with panic and anticipation. Could I survive the next challenge? Could Alex resist being erased? Or was Ella finally in full control? That night, lying in bed, I stared at my reflection in the dark window. The city lights shimmered across my face. Ella smiled back, soft, delicate, and real. A text notification on Liam's phone blinked. Tomorrow, the gala. Full spotlight. Every eye will be on her. Are you ready to be my perfect doll? Panic, shame, and forbidden excitement coiled inside me. The final test was coming. Alex's identity hung by a thread, and Ella was poised to take over completely. The city gala was an extravagant affair, golden chandeliers, crystal glasses, and the soft murmur of the elite. Liam led me through the grand entrance, my heels clicking sharply against the polished marble floor, skirts swaying with exaggerated elegance. You've come a long way, Liam whispered, his eyes scanning the room. Tonight, everyone will see her. No hiding. No mistakes. Ella is perfect, show them why. My stomach nodded. Hundreds of influential eyes would scrutinize me, some curious, some judgmental. My reflection in a gilded mirror made me gasp. The girl staring back wasn't Alex, it was Ella, radiant and delicate, every detail perfected. As we walked through the crowd, whispers and glances followed. Look at her gown. She's gorgeous. Wait, isn't that Alex? Panic surged through me. I wanted to run, to vanish into the shadows. But Ella, heels, skirt, makeup, perfect posture, forced me to stay visible. A young man approached, smiling warmly. You look incredible, he said. My chest tightened with a mix of embarrassment and a forbidden thrill. Liam's hand rested firmly on my lower back. Feel that? That's her power. You're not Alex anymore. You're irresistible. The host announced a special presentation. I was guided onto the stage, lights blinding, cameras flashing. Every movement, every step, every gesture had to be perfect. My heart raced. The crowd erupted in applause. Faces pointed, whispers spread. Recognition from some guests sent shivers down my spine. Alex would have panicked. Ella had no choice but to perform. Stand tall, Liam murmured. Smile. You're beautiful. Own this moment. I forced a sway, lifted my chin, and tried to maintain composure. But inside, panic warred with an unfamiliar thrill. Backstage, after the presentation, I collapsed in tears. I can't. I'm not her. I'm Alex. Liam crouched beside me, firm yet gentle. Alex is gone. She is Ella now. Every tear, every tremble, every fear, it makes her real, desirable, unforgettable. Accept it. Tears blurred my vision, but a small, hidden part of me, the part Alex had never admitted, felt excitement, validation, and the intoxicating rush of being admired. A young man approached, shy yet sincere. You're really pretty, he whispered. Heat surged through me. Shame and desire intertwined. Alex wanted to hide, to flee. Ella, delicate, feminine, exposed, couldn't resist. Couldn't deny the rush of validation and attraction. Liam's grip on my shoulder tightened. Do you feel that? That's her charm. Her power. You're not Alex anymore. You're Ella, and she's unforgettable. I nodded, trembling. Alex's voice felt distant, fading, as the thrill of being Ella consumed me. Later that night, alone in Liam's penthouse, I stared into the full-length mirror. Ella smiled back, soft, delicate, undeniably feminine. But the eyes, they carried faint traces of Alex, now fading rapidly. I whispered to myself, voice trembling. Who am I anymore? Alex or Ella? Liam appeared behind me, smirking. You're perfect. Everyone saw her tonight. And tomorrow, the final test awaits. Full exposure, public attention, and you'll have to decide, accept Ella or fight for Alex. My chest tightened with panic and anticipation. The ultimate decision was near. Could Alex survive? Or was Ella destined to take over completely? That night, lying in bed, I stared at my reflection in the dark window. The city lights shimmered across my face. Ella's smile was soft, delicate, and real. A text notification blinked on Liam's phone. Tomorrow, the final showcase. Full exposure. Everyone will see her. Are you ready to be my perfect doll forever? Panic, shame, and forbidden excitement coiled inside me. The final choice loomed. Could Alex reclaim his identity, or would Ella finally claim it all? The grand hall glittered with chandeliers, marble floors reflecting the soft glow of gold and silver decorations. Cameras lined the stage. Influential guests whispered excitedly, some familiar, some strangers. Liam guided me forward, heels clicking sharply. My skirt swayed elegantly, makeup perfect, hair flawless. Ella, soft, delicate, radiant, stood fully formed. Alex felt distant, fading. You've made it this far, Liam whispered, voice commanding yet gentle. Tonight, everyone will see her. There's no turning back. Show them your perfection. Panic surged in my chest, but the thrill of anticipation tightened its grip. I stepped onto the stage, lights blinding, cameras flashing. Thousands of eyes stared. Every movement, every gesture had to be flawless. Whispers rippled through the crowd. She's stunning. Is that Alex? Wow, she's perfect. My heart raced. Alex would have panicked. Ella had no choice but to perform. My body moved automatically, heels clicking, skirts swaying, hands poised delicately. Faces from school, friends, acquaintances, recognition flashed in their eyes. Some gasped, some laughed, some applauded. A wave of panic hit.
Could I survive this?
Could Alex resist being erased completely? Liam's hand rested firmly on my lower back. You're not Alex anymore. You're Ella. Own it. Every glance, every compliment, feel it. This is her power. A surge of forbidden excitement washed over me. Shame and desire intertwined. Alex wanted to flee. Ella embraced it. Backstage after the showcase, I collapsed in tears, trembling. I can't. I'm not her. I'm Alex. Liam knelt beside me, gentle yet firm. Alex is gone. She is Ella now. Every fear, every tear, it makes her real, perfect, unforgettable. Accept it. Tears blurred my vision, but a small hidden part of me, the part Alex never admitted, felt validation, excitement, and the intoxicating rush of being admired. A young man approached, shy and sincere. You're beautiful, he whispered. My chest tightened. Embarrassment, shame, and forbidden excitement surged. Alex would have hidden. Ella couldn't.
Couldn't resist.
Couldn't deny the intoxicating thrill of attention. Liam's hand tightened on my shoulder. Do you feel that? That's her charm. Her power. Alex is gone. Ella is everything. I nodded, trembling. Alex felt distant, fading, as the thrill of being Ella consumed me. Later that night, alone in the empty hall, I stood before a full-length mirror. Ella stared back, flawless and delicate. But faint traces of Alex lingered in my eyes, fading rapidly. I whispered to myself, voice trembling. Who am I anymore? Alex or Ella? Liam appeared behind me, smirking. You're perfect. Everyone saw her tonight. And now you must decide. Accept Ella or fight for Alex. There's no turning back. The final choice loomed. Could Alex reclaim his identity? Or would Ella finally claim it all? That night, lying in bed, I stared at the reflection in the dark window. City lights shimmered across my face. Ella's smile was soft, delicate, real. A notification on Liam's phone blinked. The world is watching. Are you ready to be my perfect doll forever? Panic, shame, and forbidden excitement coiled inside me. The ultimate decision was imminent. Alex's fate hung by a thread, and Ella was poised to take over completely. The day dawned bright and clear. Liam's penthouse felt like a gilded cage. Mirrors lined the walls, reflecting Ella, my new identity, back at me from every angle. "Today," Liam said, voice sharp yet teasing, "everyone sees her. No mistakes. No hiding. Alex is gone. Ella must shine." I swallowed hard. Panic and anticipation coiled in my stomach. The internal struggle had reached its peak. Alex's voice whispered faintly in my mind, pleading for escape. Ella's voice, soft and seductive, urged submission. The final showcase was a private event for high-profile elites. Crystal chandeliers, polished floors, and velvet curtains set the stage. Cameras, reporters, and influential eyes awaited. Liam guided me forward, hand firm on my lower back. He whispered, "This is her moment. Be the doll I've made you. Show them perfection. There's no turning back." My heart pounded. Every step, every sway of the skirt, every click of heels seemed amplified. Ella's presence dominated my movements. Alex's resistance flickered, but weakened. Stepping onto the stage, lights blinding, cameras flashing, I felt every eye on me. Gasps, whispers, and murmurs rippled through the audience. "She's stunning. Is that Alex? Absolutely perfect." I froze, overwhelmed by the attention. Shame, humiliation, and excitement surged. Alex wanted to run. Ella smiled, poised, flawless, irresistible. Liam's hand tightened on my shoulder. Every look, every whisper, every gasp is proof. She is everything. Accept it. Backstage, I stumbled into a quiet corner, tears streaming. I can't. I'm not her. I'm Alex." Liam crouched beside me, gentle yet commanding. "Alex is gone. She is Ella. Every fear, every tear makes her real, perfect, and unforgettable. Choose her, or cling to Alex and disappear." Trembling, I looked into the mirror. The girl staring back was delicate, radiant, fully formed. Alex's features lingered faintly, fading with every heartbeat. Time slowed. My chest tightened, mind racing. Alex whispered, pleading, "Run. Escape. Be yourself." Ella purred softly, voice intoxicating. "Stay. Be admired.
Be adored.
Be me." A deep, surreal sensation enveloped me. The thrill of attention, the pleasure of being called beautiful, the intoxicating sense of power. I closed my eyes, heartbeat echoing, and made my decision. When I opened my eyes, the reflection was complete. Alex was gone. Ella smiled back, soft, delicate, real. My lips curved naturally, movements graceful. The thrill of admiration and desire surged. Liam appeared, smirking. "You've chosen wisely. Everyone saw her tonight. She's unforgettable. You are Ella now." The crowd applauded outside. Cameras flashed. Voices called out praise. I felt a mix of shame, thrill, and undeniable power. Ella's life had begun. Alex was a memory fading into shadows. Weeks later, Ella walked through the city confidently, every step poised, every glance magnetic. Friends, acquaintances, and strangers admired her. A young man smiled, whispering, "You're beautiful." Heat and pride surged. Every memory of Alex, the shy, timid boy, felt distant, replaced entirely by Ella. The thrill, the attention, the undeniable femininity. This was my new reality. Liam's voice echoed softly in my mind. "She's perfect. You're perfect. Accept it, embrace it, live it." And I did. It had been weeks since the gala, and Ella, formerly Alex, was settling into her new life. Skirts, makeup, delicate shoes, and graceful movements were now routine. She walked through the bustling city streets with confidence, admired by strangers and friends alike. But as she approached a cafe she often visited, her heart skipped. A familiar voice cut through the chatter. "Ella, is that really you?" I froze. Turning slowly, my stomach knotted. Standing there was Jamie, a childhood friend who had known Alex inside and out. Recognition flashed in his eyes, Disbelief and shock mingled. Jamie? It's complicated. I stammered, voice high and soft, unmistakably feminine. The old Alex in me wanted to run, hide, disappear. But Ella's body, movements, and persona were fully in control. Jamie stepped closer, eyes scanning every detail. I can't believe it. You're different. Beautiful, but his gaze lingered on the skirt, the heels, the delicate makeup. My heart raced. Liam's voice echoed in my mind. Stay calm. She is perfect. No mistakes. As if on cue, people around us began noticing. Whispers, pointing, and camera phones emerged. Strangers whispered, "Isn't that Alex? Wow, she looks so different. She's beautiful." The humiliation of public exposure surged. Heat rushed to my cheeks, heels clicking sharply as I tried to maintain composure. Jamie's eyes stayed fixed on me, curiosity and disbelief warring in his expression. Underscore 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 underscore. Tell everyone, I whispered, tears welling. Jamie's voice was gentle but insistent. Hey, it's okay. You're beautiful. I don't care what happened. I needed to see you. The internal conflict was overwhelming. Alex's fear and shame surged, wanting to flee. Ella's intoxicating thrill of admiration conflicted sharply. The lines between past and present blurred, leaving me dizzy and disoriented. Jamie reached out, hesitating, then gently touched my hand. You're still you, right? Underneath this. Heat, embarrassment, and longing collided. I wanted to vanish, but Ella, confident, delicate, and feminine, couldn't. She allowed herself to feel, to connect, to experience warmth and acceptance from someone who knew Alex. For the first time, the thrill of being admired and cherished as Ella clashed with the memory of Alex, creating a dizzying cocktail of emotions. As we spoke, the cafe doors opened. A group of socialites and students from school entered, phones already snapping pictures. Whispers of recognition spread quickly. Panic surged. Could Ella maintain control under public scrutiny? Could Alex resist being erased entirely? Liam's voice whispered softly in my mind. This is the real test. Stay perfect. Own her. She is unstoppable. The eyes, the whispers, the cameras, it was all a final proving ground. And for the first time, the thrill and fear collided, making the future utterly unpredictable. The invitation had arrived weeks ago, an exclusive fashion and social gala in the heart of the city. The event promised influential elites, media coverage, and the perfect opportunity to cement Ella's persona as the flawless, feminine figure she had become. Liam's guidance was unwavering. Tonight, he said, voice smooth and commanding. Everyone sees her. There's no hiding. Alex is gone. She must be complete. I felt a knot of anxiety. Every step toward the limousine, every adjustment of my skirt, every sway of my heels, reminded me of Alex, the boy I used to be. But Ella's persona dominated now. Delicate, poised, magnetic. Lights flashed as soon as we arrived. Cameras clicked endlessly, reporters murmuring praises, whispers following me like shadows. Who is she? Absolutely stunning. I can't believe it's the same Alex from school. My heart pounded, a mix of fear, excitement, and shame flooding through me. Alex's instinct would have been to duck, to hide, to flee. Ella, she thrived under the gaze, soaking in the admiration with a heady thrill that was impossible to ignore. Liam's hand rested firmly on my lower back, steadying me. Every step, every glance, this proof. She is real. She is perfection. Own it. Halfway through the event, a group of familiar classmates appeared, people who knew Alex intimately. Recognition flickered in their eyes, and whispers quickly escalated. Isn't that Alex? No way, she's amazing. Look at her, unreal. My pulse raced. Alex wanted to flee. Ella stood tall, every gesture graceful, every glance calculated to convey charm and femininity. One classmate approached boldly. You look different. Beautiful. But is that really you? I froze, panic flaring. Heat rushed to my face. Every eye in the room seemed to bore into me. I realized then, this was the ultimate test. If I faltered, Alex would resurface. If I embraced it, Ella would fully dominate, irreversible. In a quiet corner, away from the crowd, I collapsed onto a plush velvet sofa. Tears welled in my eyes. I'm scared. I can't. Liam knelt beside me, gentle but firm. Fear is proof. Every tear, every hesitation shapes her. Alex is fading. Ella is here. Let her take over. Let her breathe. Let her shine. I looked in the mirror behind us. Ella's reflection smiled back, radiant and flawless. Alex's eyes, shy, hesitant, panicked, faded slowly, drowned by the allure and power of her femininity. A young man, a guest at the gala, approached shyly. You're beautiful, he whispered, eyes soft and sincere. A wave of forbidden excitement coursed through me. Alex would have shied away, embarrassed and trembling. Ella smiled softly, a blush rising, a thrill surging. This moment crystallized the internal conflict, shame and desire, humiliation and pride, Alex fading and Ella thriving. I realized then that this attention, this admiration, was addictive. It was part of who I was becoming. By the end of the night, Ella walked among the crowd confidently. Cameras flashed, strangers stared, acquaintances whispered. Recognition, admiration, and desire followed her everywhere. Alex's presence lingered faintly in memory, but Ella's reality dominated fully. Skirts swaying, makeup flawless, heels clicking elegantly, she was unstoppable, perfect, magnetic. Liam's final words echoed in my mind. She is complete. Alex is gone. You are Ella. Own her, live her, never look back. As the gala ended, an unexpected text appeared on my phone. Everyone knows. The world is watching. Are you ready to be hurt forever? A shiver ran down my spine. The thrill, the fear, the humiliation, the power, everything collided. The final act was still ahead, and Ella had to fully embrace her fate, with Alex's past fading into nothing. Weeks after the gala, Ella's life had transformed completely. Skirts, heels, makeup, and feminine grace were no longer optional. They were her existence. Yet a lingering fear haunted every step. The chance that Alex might resurface, the whispers from the past, and Liam's constant, controlling guidance. Today, the final challenge awaited, a private gathering orchestrated by Liam, with influential people who had already recognized Ella's transformation. Their eyes would be scrutinizing, their comments sharp. It was the ultimate proving ground. As Ella entered the room, a familiar voice stopped her cold. Alex. Turning slowly, I faced someone from my past, my childhood best friend, Ryan, whose bond with Alex had been unbreakable. His eyes searched, confused, shocked, and filled with a hint of concern. Panic surged. Alex wanted to run, to reveal the truth, to escape the persona that had consumed him. Ella's body trembled but remained poised, every movement carefully calculated, every glance deliberately feminine. Ryan stepped closer, voice low. Is this you? What happened? Alex. I felt the internal battle raging. Alex screamed inside, desperate to reclaim control. Ella's voice, sweet yet commanding, whispered, Stay. Show them perfection. Be admired. Be loved. Be me. Tears blurred my vision as emotions collided, shame, fear, desire, and a strange, intoxicating thrill. I realized that Alex had faded too far. Every hesitation strengthened Ella's dominance. Liam appeared beside me, calm and authoritative. This is the test, he said, voice soft but commanding. Your past recognizes her. What will you choose? Alex or Ella? The room felt suffocating. Every glance, Every whisper, every judgmental eye pressed down on me. Heart racing, I realized the final choice could not be delayed. I caught sight of myself in the full-length mirror behind the group. Ella stared back, delicate, radiant, perfect. The boy Alex was a shadow, a fading memory. Every contour of the face, every movement of the body, every nuance of expression was undeniably feminine. Alex begged for control. Ella urged submission. Time slowed. Heart pounding, palms sweating, I stepped forward. The room held its breath. I am Ella, I whispered, voice trembling but undeniably feminine. The words carried both shame and exhilaration, fear and acceptance. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Ryan's eyes widened, a mix of sorrow and awe. Liam's lips curved into a satisfied smile. As if the world itself acknowledged my choice, admiration flowed from every corner of the room. Compliments, smiles, and whispered praises surrounded me. The thrill of attention surged through me. Humiliation and shame intertwined with a deep, intoxicating pride. Ella had won. Alex's identity was gone, replaced entirely by the feminine persona. The internal struggle, the torment, the hesitation, it all culminated in this perfect, irreversible moment. Alone later, in the quiet of my apartment, I allowed myself to feel everything. Tears streamed freely. Shame, fear, thrill, excitement, and a strange serenity washed over me. I was no longer Alex. I was Ella. A soft whisper escaped my lips. I am beautiful. I am her. Liam's voice echoed faintly. She is complete. You are perfect. Live her, love her, own her. Though the choice was made, the world outside was still unpredictable. Recognition, temptation, admiration, and scrutiny would follow Ella forever. But in that moment, I knew I had fully embraced the life, identity, and allure that had consumed me. Alex's past was gone. Ella's future had begun. Mornings had become an elaborate ritual. The sound of heels clicking across the apartment floor, the soft brushing of makeup, the careful selection of skirts and delicate blouses, all were necessary to maintain the persona that had consumed Alex. Liam's voice echoed in my mind as I applied mascara. Every detail matters. She is perfection. You are her. Even in private, the mirror reflected not Alex, but Ella, radiant, poised, undeniably feminine. A shiver of both pride and fear ran through me. Pride for the beauty I had achieved, fear for the vulnerability it brought. Walking through the city as Ella was a daily performance. Admiration flowed freely. Strangers complimented my outfits, smiles followed my every step, and camera phones discreetly captured my elegance. Yet the past lingered. School friends whispered, childhood acquaintances stared, and the occasional recognition flared like a spark in the shadows. Each encounter was a reminder. Alex's identity was gone, but the world still held pieces of him. One afternoon, while shopping for a delicate dress, I met Nathan, a kind and gentle young man with an eye for fashion. His compliments were sincere, his gaze curious but warm. "You look amazing," he said softly, blushing slightly. "Not just the dress, you're beautiful." Heat rushed through me. Alex would have been embarrassed, shy, and frozen. Ella smiled, a blush rising, a thrill surging that I couldn't deny. This connection was different. Emotional yet sensual, safe yet intoxicating. Nathan admired Ella, not Alex. I realized how deeply I had merged with her identity, craving approval, attention, and affection in ways Alex never would have dared. Despite these small joys, challenges remained. At a local fashion showcase, the audience's whispers and cameras created tension that was almost unbearable. Every misstep, every glance, every squeak of heels was magnified. I felt Alex's panic creep back, but Ella's poise overrode it. Each step was deliberate, each motion refined. I realized then that public scrutiny was no longer terrifying. It was exhilarating. Every admiring gaze reinforced my new identity, cementing the feminine persona completely. Late at night, Alone in my apartment, I would stare into the mirror. Alex's memories surfaced briefly, shy smiles, awkward movements, forgotten laughter. But Ella stared back, confident, radiant, alive. The lines between past and present blurred. Humiliation, thrill, and pride collided. Every compliment, every flirt, every whispered beautiful solidified her dominance. Alex was fading completely. As Ella prepared for a gala that promised even greater exposure and scrutiny, a notification flashed on her phone. Someone from your past knows. Are you ready to face them? A shiver ran down my spine. Trials and triumphs were only beginning. Public recognition, forbidden desires, and emotional storms loomed. The gala had been weeks in preparation. Invitations sent to the city's elite, media coverage guaranteed, and whispers of Ella's transformation already circulating. Liam had emphasized that this would be the ultimate test of my feminine identity. Every movement, every glance, every word scrutinized. The limousine door opened, and I stepped out. The city lights reflected off my sequin skirt, heels clicking with precision. The familiar thrill surged. This was my world now. Alex's past fading with each step. Inside, the crowd buzzed. Camera flashes illuminated my face as whispers followed me. She's Alex, but she's stunning. I can't believe it. Look at her. Absolutely flawless. Then, from the far side of the room, a voice sliced through the murmur. Ella, it's really you. Turning, I saw someone from my past, a former teacher who had always doubted Alex's abilities, who had teased him mercilessly. Recognition was instant, and the subtle smirk on their face sent a thrill and panic racing through me. Alex's instinct screamed to hide, to revert. Ella's body stood taller, every step poised, every expression refined. The confrontation was inevitable, and the entire crowd seemed to sense it. The teacher approached, curiosity and subtle judgment in their eyes. I never thought I'd see Alex, or should I say, Ella? A hush fell over the room. Whispers, gasps, and camera flashes intensified the pressure. My heart pounded, but Ella's voice, soft, confident, commanding, spoke first.
Yes.
I am Ella. I am proud. And I am unstoppable. The statement rippled through the crowd. Admiration, disbelief, and awe followed. Alex's past was confronted, yet Ella's presence dominated fully. In a quiet corner, away from the spotlight, I allowed myself a moment of vulnerability. Tears blurred my vision. Alex's memories surged, shy laughter, awkward gestures, quiet fears. But Ella's reflection in the mirror was unwavering, confident, radiant, alive. I realized that the emotional transformation had been complete. The fear, humiliation, and resistance were gone. What remained was pride, desire, and acceptance of a new identity. Nathan, who had become a comforting presence in my life, approached. His eyes were soft, filled with admiration. You're incredible, not just beautiful, but strong. You've become her entirely. A warmth surged in my chest. The thrill of recognition, the intoxicating allure of public admiration, and the tender bond with Nathan solidified Ella's identity completely. Alex was no longer an option. Ella had fully emerged. Liam's presence was subtle, but commanding. He whispered softly in my mind, "She is perfect. She is complete. Live her. Own her. Forever." The crowd's applause, whispers of awe, and camera flashes marked the final test. I walked among them, skirts swaying, heels clicking, smile radiant. The world recognized Ella, and I finally accepted it fully. Every step, every glance, every word was proof. The transformation was irreversible. Alex was gone, replaced entirely by the captivating, feminine, unstoppable Ella. As the gala ended, a message appeared on my phone. The world sees her. But does she see herself? A shiver ran down my spine. While Ella had conquered public scrutiny, the internal journey was ongoing. Identity, desire, and acceptance intertwined, promising new emotional adventures, challenges, and thrills.